We are back. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we are doing an interview with Lexus. Lexus is dealing with some things out here, and I'm going to let her explain what she is dealing with.
I first had started experiencing homelessness at the age of 19 after I'd met a male who he had introduced me, or she had introduced me, my best friend had introduced me to him. It was almost like love at first sight. And that thing tends to get me the most in trouble is love. I was at my grandmother's house, living day to day until I met him.
So, do you think that you tend to look for love to cover things up that you're going through, but looking for love in all the wrong places?
Absolutely. I've tried religion. That doesn't work. I've tried reading. I've tried arts and crafts. I've tried. I've tried medication. I've tried mental institutions, and I don't really know how that correlates. But I guess the main message I'm trying to get at is that I would not be in this situation if it wasn't for that specific individual. Especially when you're homeless, it's like a revolving door that you can't get out of.
Yeah. So you said that's how you ended up homeless.
Correct.
And how long have you been homeless for?
Going on 4 years.
4 years. And so have you tried any other shelters around here?
I've tried Covenant House. Originally I was at Mel's when I was pregnant. And then currently I'm at Degage.
Okay. So you do have somewhere to go at night?
Not at the moment. Because I got kicked out for a week. But that's a story in itself.
I was gonna say, how did that happen? Short story? Some of like rules or?
Not necessarily. There was an altercation.
Okay.
And
in places like that, it's hard to not defend yourself.
And it's not every time I feel like vocalizing how I feel like I get ridiculed, reprimanded, and just backstabbed, because it's so difficult being homeless. Yes, they provide food, they provide clothing, they provide showers, but it's your own will to be able to get up and say, this is not how my story will end.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And it's just I'm just at a loss of words.
So you've been out here for 4 years.
Unfortunately.
So when is your story gonna end?
That's the question of the day. Well, I just applied at a job.
Okay, that's good.
So if all goes well, I'll be able to get my own apartment, get back on my feet.
And I mean, you know, you have the mind frame of what you want to do. That's a step right there. You know, another step is, like you said, you know, you're applying for jobs. Um, so, you know, those are definitely good steps and goals. Um, you know, so you can let this not be your story. You know, the end of your story. It's so much more to life.
There's always
And we
another
all
day.
fall. We all fall. You know, we all fall hard. We all fall down on hard times. But there is a will, and where there's a will, there's a way to get up. It just takes a lot of determination, a lot of motivation. And you also said that you suffer from some mental illnesses.
Correct.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on any of those? And because you know some of that does affect your day-to-day living.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Um, Back in 8th grade, I had been influenced to be a self-harmer. That ultimately led me in a psych ward because my boyfriend at the time was so concerned. And I've tried medication, and it doesn't really seem to work.
You don't like the way it feels, or you just...
I've been on numerous medications. Though maybe the problem is that I am not consistent with them.
That's a big thing. When you're on medication, you do have to be consistent for it to get in your system and stay in your system. Yeah. Well, I mean, what would be some things that could help you, be consistent with taking medication? They have shots out nowadays.
I've tried that.
Yeah.
That it just I've been on, like I said, I've been on numerous medications.
How old are you?
I turned 23 this year.
Same age as
I'm
my
8.
oldest daughter.
I've been in psych wards in Detroit, and then I've went to Pine Rest, Forest View, one in Kalamazoo, and one in Holland as well. And it's really quite difficult to deal with these mental diagnoses, especially considering the fact that someone that I don't even know has the audacity to sit there and tell me, oh, you're a waste of space.
Yeah. That's why I said that's why I do these videos, to put awareness out here of, what people go through and being homeless, why they're homeless. It's not like, I'm not going to say, it's some people that do want to be out here, but it's a lot of people that are not choosing this lifestyle. They're suffering from, mental illnesses. And you said, what were a couple of yours?
Borderline personality disorder, bipolar 2, depression, anxiety. Anxiety is one of my biggest things. So one of the things that comes along with borderline personality disorder is usually abandonment issues. And when you see, when you view things, it's either it is or it isn't. There's no middle ground.
Do you think that that's where, from the abandonment issues too, that's where the love issue comes in at too?
Not necessarily. I've just had this unsettling feeling of, so let's take it back a few years. My first friend, her mother was gay. And that was my first experience of true love. It's quite complicated. And then I can't even try to explain why we stopped being friends. It was so many years ago.
Out of here. I like this car.
But next thing I know, I'm at her mom's funeral. She got hit by a car walking in the store.
So you've also dealt with a lot of trauma too.
Oh yeah, I have seizures. I have pseudo seizures.
Oh wow.
From post-traumatic stress disorder.
So you have PTSD too.
I do.
Wow.
It may not be as intense as what others experience. But one word can send me into a trance, and I have to pull myself back out of that moment and say, I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there.
So you have enough, like I said, to know when to do certain things and what to do. So with you having that knowledge, what's keeping you out there? You said you tried, different drugs, but you don't have, a day-to-day addiction. Your day-to-day addiction is nicotine, cigarettes, nothing else. So
what I found is that when
1 second, let's just those motorcycles go by. Thank you.
When people use substances, it's usually it's for a temporary feeling.
Yep.
So, for instance, when I use cigarettes, when I'm feeling stressed, I go hit my vape, or maybe it's just the motion. I'm not entirely sure.
Something to do with your hands and stuff. I mean, because I quit smoking cigarettes close to 3 years ago, but I still vape, and I think it's like an oral fixation and kind of something to do with my hands. And then it is nicotine, because I've been smoking for over 20-something years. So,
I mean, people also have not only an addiction with drugs, but an addiction with overeating, undereating, the lack of love,
caffeine, shopping, everything.
Living lavish.
Yes.
Money.
Yes. Yes.
Just about anything can be an addiction. Working out can be an addiction.
Yes.
Planting greens can be an addiction. If you nitpick at things, it can be an addiction.
Right. So my question is, in order for you to get in a healthier space, what's a short-term goal for you right now, other than getting a job, which may be a lot? What other short-term goals do you have?
Maybe to find a new coping skill.
That's a good one. Especially with, the different, issues that you deal with. That's definitely a good one. What's a long-term goal?
I would like to say get my own place, my own housing.
getting off the streets?
That would be ideal. But I think that's everyone's wish, especially everyone who experiences this lack of housing.
But you know, wishes can come true. We just have to make them come true. Like I said, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, a lot of motivation, a lot of determination. And you seem like you're very, very, very intelligent. Very intelligent. I believe this is something that, if you truly want this is something that you can do. This is something that you can do, and learn how to deal with, you know, your different mental illnesses that you have going on. I really believe that. So how is it for you out here on a day-to-day basis?
It ranges from day to day. Lately I've been trying to stay calm, cool, and collected, and trying to just stay relaxed, find new ways to be able to cope with things.
So like, what do you do like first thing in the morning?
I either reach for my vape or try to get a cigarette.
Okay.
And if I don't have that, I'll usually just go for a walk or something.
And then eating. You go to Degage or do they still have gas? Is gas kitchen still open?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll go there and eat. Yeah. You said you've been out here since 2019. When's your birthday?
4/8/2000.
Ask some different questions. When is it?
4/8/2000.
April? Okay. Okay. What date is it?
What was that?
What date is it?
It's the 10th today.
No. Your birthday.
Oh, it's on the 8th.
So you're in Aries.
Correct.
Okay. My son is in Aries.
I have an Aries sun, a Pisces rising, a Gemini moon, a Taurus Mars, a Pisces Mercury.
You know all about that, huh? Yeah, I'm a Pisces sun and I have a Capricorn moon. I have a Virgo rising and a Taurus Venus. So if I didn't have all that Earth in my chart, I wouldn't be very, very grounded. Being a Pisces, you know, we run off of our emotions. Water signs do. But yeah. Before you became homeless, what are some of your favorite things to do? What may keep your mind occupied?
Music sometimes, but usually that only makes it worse lately.
Depends on what kind of music you're listening to, like if it's sad or...
I guess not necessarily. I don't really listen to the quote-unquote like hood music, but I'll say it. I'm not hood. I'm not from the hood. Never have been, never will be. But I guess that doesn't necessarily... It's more of the like trapping music, I guess, is a better word for it.
Like hip-hop music?
Not necessarily.
I'm trying to think of what music would bring, what kind of music would bring your mood down. anything of it, that's okay. What's your favorite color? You're in karate, huh?
Purple and blue.
Purple and blue. He's got okay. What are some of your favorite foods?
Cheese. That's my favorite food of all time. Has been since I was a little kid. Mashed potatoes with corn, a little bit of cheese on top. That's always good.
Sounds good.
I actually just had a BLT, which was really good.
Okay.
Those are always good. Shepherd's pie.
That's a good one. That's a good one. A good oldie. Yeah, that's a good one. How did you survive out here in the wintertime? When it was cold. It's just now starting to get warm, and we might have a couple more cold days. I don't think we'll get very much more snow. But how did you deal with being out here in the cold in the winter?
Luckily enough, I was able to sleep at negligee. But I specifically remember this concert that I went to. I was walking by, and this gentleman had asked me, "Oh, would you like to accompany me to a concert?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And at that point, it was already past curfew, so I wasn't allowed back in. And I'd actually slept outside that night. With my arms like this, on a heater, and I didn't even know it until I had woken up, but it was snowing. I didn't feel any sensation of coldness, anything.
Wow.
Until I had woken up. And when I was awake, I walked over the skywalk, and I was just shivering.
You didn't have hypothermia, did you? End up having
thank
hypothermia?
goodness, no.
Just cold. But you made it through the winter time. Well, I'm gonna give you my number, and if you need anything, you want to check Network 180 out again, you know, you want to try medication again, or counseling, you know, like you said, more coping skills, or just somebody to talk to. You know, we all need somebody to talk to sometimes. You can give me a call. You know, if you need something to eat, you can give me a call. I see the sadness in your face. And I actually, when I got out of my car, I seen you walking across the street. I was actually coming to do an interview with someone else, but he disappeared. But I pay attention to everything. But I see the sadness in your face. And I just want you to know that things can get better, and they will get better. You just have to have that determination and that motivation. And be safe out here. Because nobody out here is your friend. Nobody out here is your friend. I was going to say something else. I just drew a blank of what I was going to say. Oh my goodness, I just drew a blank.
I've tried therapy. I did therapy for about 6 years with a lady named Rhonda. And as soon as I lost my insurance money, she kicked me to the curb and
Money.
said,
a lot comes down to money nowadays, and it's really sad when, you know, it's people out here that need help, you know, and then people want to judge, you know. And like I said, that's a big reason why, you know, I do what I do, you know, so we can put awareness out here. And everybody that's homeless is not, you know, addicted either. Like you said, you've tried different drugs, but what do you think kept you from getting addicted to the different drugs that you tried?
Love is enough to kill me. Love alone. And when I do drugs, it only makes me feel worse.
So you realize that it's so much that you realize, so much potential that you have. I know what I was gonna say. So much potential that you have. I really, really, really wish and will be praying for you. You know, praying that you get a job, even if you need a way to get to an interview. Call me. Let me know. What is something that you can tell the world out here about being homeless, about mental illness?
Well, based on, especially when you experience homelessness, on top of having mental health issues, it is a everyday battle. Some days you wake up, you don't want to eat. Some days you wake up and you just don't feel like trying. But especially when people just beat you down and tell you things that you necessarily don't want to deal with. And I understand that everybody has issues, everybody has struggles. There's a way of dealing with them on a day-to-day basis.
Right. So what is something that you can tell people out here to put more awareness out, you know, about judgment, and, you know, so people understand a little bit more about mental illness? What is something that you can say?
Don't let your emotions get the best of you. I've been told that personally. When you feel the need or the urge to use, say you have a rubber band or something, snap it, or have a stress ball, something, I don't know, that's what I personally do, something to fidget with.
What about like kind things to say, you know, about you know, how people judge, you know, like, don't judge a book by its, you know, don't judge anybody until you walk in somebody's shoes, you know, something like that, you know. What can you tell the world out here?
That's necessarily impossible to do, to walk in somebody else's shoes, because you don't know what goes inside their head every single day. You don't know what type of experiences they've had. You might be able to relate to one another, like, okay, yeah, I've done this, I've done that, I've experienced this as well. But that's why you meet certain individuals, is to be, I don't want to say compatible, but
empathetic, more understanding of why somebody else might be homeless or dealing with whatever they're dealing with. I think this is an excellent interview, especially for putting awareness out here for, mental illness and homelessness. You know, not everybody out here, like I said, that's homeless is dealing with addiction. A lot
That's
of it.
another thing. People get so comfortable being homeless that they just quit trying.
Right, and that's why I said, when is your day gonna come? Are you comfortable out here?
Where I would feel most comfortable would be in my own home, so I can decorate it the way I'd like. It wouldn't even matter where it was.
As long as it's
surrounded
yours.
by people that I love.
And what if you don't have anybody? What about
There's always
self-love?
An animal.
That's a good one. But first, learning how to, self-love, love yourself first. We have to learn how to love ourselves first before we can love anything and anybody.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Because some people find satisfaction in loving others. I can understand that.
To a certain extent, to a certain extent, I understand what you're saying, but not to the extent where it brings you down, where at the end of the day, if you don't have that energy around you to love, then it's going to bring your mood down, especially, with being, having bipolar or, depression, anxiety. If that energy's not around, then it's going to bring your energy down. So the first thing is self-love. But I understand what you're saying to a certain extent. I do. I appreciate the interview. I really do. I think it'll put a lot of awareness out about mental illness and homelessness. Like I said, I definitely will be praying for you and give you my number. Praying that you get this job that you just filled out the application for. And like I said, if you want to fill out some more applications, even temp services, they're hiring $16, $17 an hour. Bus line and around the bus line. Call me. Or if you just want somebody to talk to, you need somebody to talk to, call me.
That's my only problem with factory work, is that it's so mind-numbing. It's very repetitive.
They have a lot. Have you ever heard of the Link?
Link?
Yep. On Madison and Hall. They have, I've experienced them. They have different kind of jobs, janitorial jobs where like you're cleaning offices and stuff like that. Or you're doing data entry, stuff like that. It's not all factory work. You just have to go and see, what they have. Yep. Look, factory work for me is taxing on my body too. I have a lot of medical issues, but yeah, they do have a lot of other options. You just have to go and look. That's all. And I know, not having a job and stuff like that is not easy getting around. So that's why I'm offering, for you to call if that's something you want to do. To start taking some steps in the direction that you want to go in, so you can get to where you want to be, because you can do it. It can be done. I'm a living witness. It can be done. So, we are going to end this interview with Lexus. Thank Lexus for doing this interview with us, and sending you guys lots of love and light. And I will see you guys next time. Lexus is still on the sign up. Bye bye.